What's up, guys? Slickshot Games here, and today we're going to be discussing one of the biggest problems in esports today, and specifically in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is cheating in the pro scene. Now, recently, a lot of shady clips have been brought to light, and there has been a lot of speculation against many of the pros, and whether or not they're using cheats. Now, cheating has been, of course, part of the scene for a while. There's been some events here and there of players being banned for cheating and stuff like that. But recently, there's been a speculation of these very subtle cheats that these pros have been using in LANs and offline events like that. Now, to preface this is not a witch hunt. I'm not telling you to go out and accuse any of the players or anything like that, or just a full-blown witch hunt. This is just simply a discussion to talk about what I think of it and what we think here at Slingshot Games about cheating, and just to give you another perspective on it. I guess there's been a lot of videos about this. You can check out Thorin's videos and stuff like that if you want another insight. But anyways, so to start off, let me be clear that there are ways to cheat in the pro levels offline, very subtle hacks. Having done some research, I've seen some pros and stuff like that saying that you can get hacks into the events by bringing either some kind of special USB drive or a special mouse with like a code or something like that. There's talk about that. There are ways, and from what I've heard, they don't really check that much. They check what you have on you, but it's not like they're going to go into your USB drive and see exactly what you have in there. So that's one of the sources that you could be hacking with. And it's always really mind-boggling to me that someone would potentially be cheating in front of like hundreds of thousands of people watching in these huge Valve events, Cologne and Katowice, and just all these like huge events where everybody's watching you, everyone's cheering you on, and you're subtly using hacks. I, for one, would never be able to do that. It's just so risky, honestly. Like, what if something goes wrong? And I know so far, like these clips have emerged, but other than that, it's not like somebody's had this like super shady thing on land, like it's never gone wrong, like where it just kind of like glitches and just starts like aiming at everyone. Nothing like that has ever happened, of course not, but still, like to have any subtle hack or anything like that in these huge LAN events, I don't know how these people do it, if they are doing it. But for one thing, I guess I'm not surprised. In the other hand, because these are for like a lot of money, millions of dollars essentially, and I mean, of course, people will do what they can to win the tournaments and stuff like that. Now, the community, I would say, is split 50-50 on the discussion of pros cheating. Many are ignorant in their opinions on the issue, whether it be for them cheating, which they're totally just banking on the evidence saying 100% cheating, and they're just like not taking anything else into account, they're cheating. Or the other part would say they're not cheating, and then they just turn their back on any evidence that's brought up. And I think that as a community, as the CSGO community, should definitely just look at it with an unbiased stance. Even if it's your favorite player, favorite team, you should look at it without any prejudice or any of your actual personal thoughts on the team that might cloud the actual evidence you see, because there are a lot of just really shady things that can't be explained in these clips. Recently, I've been watching a YouTuber by the name of Dan M. He brings up some of the clips of these Byali and stuff like that. Some of them might not be correct, but some of the clips are undeniably shady and suspicious that can't be explained. And he gets a lot of hate, and it just you can't just judge people on what they see, what they think evidence. You got to look at their point of view, and you got to put your thoughts and opinions aside, and maybe you got to look and see for yourself. Maybe he has a point and stuff like that. And some of the clips he shows are undeniably shady. Also, it'd be interesting to see, because usually the clips are something along the lines of because there's x-rays in the event, so you can see some of the pros, they go to a enemy through the wall, and they kind of, they're going to the right, they're sliding to the right, and then their mouse just stops right on a player through the wall, and then they continue on their path. Now, this is really shady. This is like subtle aims that you could see throughout, and Flusha, one of the big ones, has been accused of hacking, and he's done a lot of these very shady things on LAN that can't be explained. And I just love to see, and I'd love for Valve to do is like someone just sit all the pros down, show them the clip, and say, what happened here? You know, can you explain this at all? What was this odd maneuver, inhuman-like maneuver, right through the wall? You just stopped on them, you locked onto them for a second. Can you explain that? It'd be very interesting. Maybe a polygraph test, maybe that'd be too much, but just to see, like, what do they think of it? What are their thoughts? What was going through their head? Are they cheating? Are they not? And I'm sure many of the pros, if they are guilty at all, would probably deny this and wouldn't want to have any part to do with this. You know, I was watching a Thorin video, and he spoke to a lot of the pros, and many of them just either say they haven't seen the clip, or they do go with the default argument, which is there's no way ever that you can hack on LAN. It's impossible, and that's just luck and coincidence, which some of these clips, they can't be coincidence, and you're either one of the unluckiest people on earth if you're just stopping through people on the wall unluckily. And you know, not every single pro has these clips. That's also one of the things. And if you see these clips, also make sure you look at the circumstance. Was it a game-winning round? Was it super important for the big picture, 16-14? Are we talking about like everything on the line and the stakes? Because you're not going to see people cheating groups, but you'll definitely see them cheating in semifinals and stuff like that to make it to the end. So yeah, I think that Valve needs to take matters into their own hands. They have the specialists. They could do whatever they can to find these hackers, if anybody's even hacking. Monitor their mouse movements. They could set up traps in the system, etc. Just a lot of things you can do that can try to just prove without a doubt that these pros have an advantage over their enemies, and you know, stuff like that. And some things cannot be explained by simply coincidence. So you know, I think that Valve needs to just do something about it, and definitely crack down on the hackers, because this just ruins the integrity of the game, just ruins the honesty and everything about it. And I think that we need to just get rid of all the hackers if we can somehow. Obviously, that's always the goal. You're never going to be able to get rid of all the hacks, because there's all these programs and stuff always evolving, and there's hacks that are worth tens of thousands of real money, real dollars. And I mean, they can probably undetected, untraceable with the technology nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just untraceable at all. So yeah, you know, it's an issue, and it continues to be an issue. And how many people are cheating, how many pros are cheating, we'll never know. But all we have is evidence. No proof yet, just evidence. And yeah, tell me what you think below. What do you think of the accusations against many of the pros? Do you think they're cheating? Do you think they're not? I'd love to know your insight. And remember, guys, keep an unbiased view on things, and definitely don't let your personal opinions on players and stuff dictate what you think if they're hacking or not. So definitely check out our channel. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and comment. I'd love to know what you guys think. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.